The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals has ruled that it will not reinstate the Trump administration's travel ban. Here to talk to us about what this means and what we can expect is Robert Loughran. He's an immigration attorney with Foster LLP. Good morning. It's good to see you again, Robert.
Thank you for having me.
First off, let's talk about this ruling. It was a unanimous ruling. What does this mean?
Well, what this means is right now the president's executive order with the travel ban is on hold. And I think that you mentioned that it's a unanimous ruling. I think that's very important because there was at least one Republican justice on the Ninth Circuit in that in-bank panel who ruled that that there's enough dispute going on that the order should be held not effective, should not be in place until there can be a hearing on this merits. And so that's where we are. It's on pause.
What's next? You mentioned a back and forth, something that could be drawn out, or an executive order from our president.
Right. The ball is in the president's court in a number of ways. He has two or three options. Number one, he can ask for an en-banc review, which is the entire Ninth Circuit, all the justices of the Ninth Circuit, rehearing what three justices made a decision, see if they'll come to a different decision. Now, that's a possibility. That would take a few weeks to get that in place. The second thing he can do is he can ask immediately to appeal to the Supreme Court, if that's what he wishes to do. That would likely take months. And the last thing, and perhaps the most likely thing, is he can forget the first executive order, abandon it, and come out with a new executive order which addresses many of the concerns in the discussion of the decision of the federal district judge and the Ninth Circuit, which upheld the federal district judge.
And now let's talk about something that just happened and goes hand in hand with this executive order, the ICE raids that took place over the weekend. Did they surprise you?
They didn't surprise me when they actually happened. We became aware that that ICE, Immigration Customs Enforcement, was here in Austin as well as in several other cities. When we look around the cities that had these raids, I believe New York, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Austin, and I believe Atlanta, but I'm not sure.
Sanctuary cities.
Well, that's the issue. They're being declared to be sanctuary cities. So this seems like an affirmative message, a political act that we're going to go and have enforcement actions in this city to show that the federal government is still in charge. And I think that's what this is about.
Mm-hmm. And we'll see more of this, maybe?
Well, I was hopeful that it was merely going to be serving warrants. The federal government has a database, and they know who has been arrested. That's been shared by the sheriff and by the Austin PD whenever they arrest anyone. And so the ICE does have addresses and last known where people hung out or whatever records were kept at that time. So those warrants can be served. What I'm concerned about is I've heard over the weekend that it's going a little bit more broad than that, and that locations where I heard bus stops and other areas, and that's a concern.
Yeah, a lot to come, Robert. We always appreciate you coming here and kind of guiding us through the situation. I'm sure we'll see you again. Thank
you very much.
And we're going to be right back.
This year's